3, 2, 1. Welcome to May I Be podcast, where we tell our stories, reflect, and gently call in love, courage, and joy. This is Mary, and it's just me for this episode. It's been quite a while if people are still following this podcast, but I wanted to bring it back. Shane is still unsure about whether or not she wants to return to this podcast, which is completely fine. Even I wasn't sure, but something happened and I'm in a storytelling mode. So here is a random but hopefully entertaining story of how I experienced my first rave. Hope you enjoy. So this story is how I broke my rave virginity. Well, I didn't even know if, I still don't know if I can call it a rave. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel that just because you go to an artist who is well known in the EDM music, saying EDM music is repetitive, isn't it? Just electronic dance music, right? So you need to say EDM music. Sort of like chai. You don't need to say chai tea, because chai is tea. So chai tea is redundant. So just chai. So same thing, right? EDM is just EDM, not EDM music. Anyways, I went to Elenium's concert. He came to my city, and a friend asked me if I would like to go with her crew. And I usually don't go to these things at all. I know Elenium. I know his music. I don't know him personally, of course. I mean, I wish. I decided to go because I don't think I have been living enough. So I thought about it, and on a whim, I said, hey, why not? She's not going to charge me for the ticket, and she is a good friend of mine. So I decided, why not? Let's check it out. Okay, so it happened on Friday night, just last Friday. So I'm trying to tell the story before I forget it because it meant something to me. So Friday night came along. I got ready in a rush after I was done with work. We went to my friend's house to, I didn't even notice my mic. It was in the frame. But yeah, so we went to my friend's house and we pre-gamed. I had 1 can of spiked lemonade and 4 shots in a 2-hour span, I believe, because we got around there around 7, if I remember correctly, and then we didn't leave until 9ish. But I didn't eat that much food either. I knew that I should have eaten more before going over to do the whole pre-game business. Can you tell that I don't do this often? You probably can. But I did not eat enough. I ate like 1 piece of bread, and then there was like other things on top. So toast with avocado and an egg and some whatever. It's irrelevant. But I ate that, and then they had some cheese and crackers, a charcuterie board as snacks over at my friend's house. And yeah, so I didn't think that 4 would be enough. I was like, after my first one, I was like, I'm okay. I think I can take another one. Second shot came along. I'm okay. I think I could take another one. And then I was already like starting to feel it, I guess. But I figured, you know what? I can still take it. So I took the 3rd one. And then before we left, we took another one, and then we took some photos, and I was all good. I was having a good time. I was opening up. They were teaching me the culture of rave parties. I don't know, rave culture, EDM culture. I'm still learning. But the thing is, my friends taught me that my new friends, right? They taught me about the peace, unity, and love game. And then they taught me about candy. I got my first candy from my friend Gal, the one who gave me these bracelets, the one who invited me to go with them that night, and she gave me these bracelets. I didn't even know they were called candy. They taught me that night that these were called candy, and before today, I just found out that they were spelled Kandi, And I just looked up earlier too what candy bracelets mean, and saw that people actually did this. Hippies, they say right here in this article by relentlessbeats.com, that hippies did it first back in the 60s, but these bracelets are basically friendship bracelets, and people make these, and at these raves, they do that peace, they greet each other, I suppose, peace, unity, and love, and then they trade candy bracelets as a sign of friendship, or it's a way to remember someone and keep them with you at all times. At least that's what this article is saying. So super cute, right? So I was definitely like, wow, this is so cute, and it's the vibe was loving and welcoming. They were telling me about the venue space. My new friends were telling me about the venue space and how to navigate it, and how many raves they've gone to before. So it was really cool. I enjoyed learning about it. And then the alcohol as well. I'm actually a very uptight person. I don't like to admit that, but it is the truth. I do not open up easily to people. I take forever to bring down my walls. It's hard to get close to me. It's hard to get close to other people. And I know most of the time it's because of me. I wish that wasn't the case, but it's okay. There are some pros to that anyways, where I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'm all over the place. But anyways, we leave around 9-ish. We get there around like 9:20, and yeah, we get inside, and I'm pretty much in a drunken state at this point when we got to the venue, because I bought a $91 merch item. I have it right here. I took it out of the dirty laundry basket so I can have it for the sake of this episode to show y'all. But yeah, so it's this red crop top shirt looking thing. I don't know what you call these shirts. They're kind of sportsy type of shirts, but Illenium's logo is in the back, and it looks super cool with this phoenix symbol. I think it's a phoenix symbol. Yeah, Illenium's music is pretty good. So I was like, okay, I know his music. I decided to go. And then I bought a $91 crop top. If I was sober, I don't think I would have bought it, because your girl has a budget. She is trying to save money for other financial goals. But yeah, so I bought this. I wore it there, and I wasn't even wearing anything fancy too. It was just like a black crop top, and then I was wearing black skinny jeans and my Dr. Martin boots. Nothing crazy. But man, the outfits that I saw people wearing were like, whoa. I mean, I've seen photos, but actually seeing it in person is another thing. People go all out. Their makeup, their hair, their outfits, they are living it and just being shameless, being their best selves, having the time of their lives. And that energy was palpable. And yeah, anyways, I get there, I was a little drunken already. I bought this shirt and then was vibing to the, what do you call them, headliners? I really don't go to concerts, so I don't even know what the proper term is. Let me see, I think you call them headliners. Headliners. What is a headliner? The main performer or act in a show? No, that's not right. Opener, then it's just opener, right? Concert. I'm such a noob. I really don't go out at all. But yeah, the opening acts lasted for so long, and my friends did warn me that it was gonna take a while before Illenium actually comes on. But man, being there for 2 hours straight, and then he still wasn't there, or still wasn't on the stage yet. It took forever, but I still vibed to the music. I was still dancing. I mean, not really dancing, but kind of dancing, just moving my body, enjoying the music. That is also something I never do. I'm just really in my shell and comfortable in my discomfort. Is that right? No. Too comfortable in my comfort zone. So I never even like moved to the music in public or do anything of that nature, because I feel that I'm super stiff and I would only end up looking stupid. so I don't do it. But in this drunken state, Mary was moving to the music, feeling it, and the smoke of cigarettes and marijuana or whatever, weed, didn't even bother me because I didn't care. The walls were down, no inhibitions whatsoever. I was just feeling it. I was having a good time. It was a blast, but it did take forever. So within those 2 hours, I got through the 2 hours of the opening acts, and then here's the sucky part. I was in the middle of the crowd. We were kind of in the front, not super in the front, but kind of in the front of near the close enough, right? And I needed to use the bathroom really bad because I felt it all coming up. I felt nauseous and it wasn't going to stay down. The longer I stood around, the more I felt like I needed to go. Excuse me. So my friend and I told my friend, okay, I think I gotta use the bathroom. So we rushed to the bathroom and I made it to the toilet. I was able to vomit safely. And then I thought I was fine. So we went back to the same place with the other friends, toward the main group, the people that we came with. And then I was vibing with the music again. Maybe like only 10, 15 minutes passed. Maybe not even. Maybe only like a few minutes actually. A few minutes passed and then, oh, it all came down so fast. I needed to go. I knew right away, okay. I was like, hey friend, we gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go again. This is bad. And so we rushed to the bathroom. That was the fastest I've ever gone through a crowd. I've never done that before. I've never pushed through people like that before. I don't know what came over me, but I knew I had to go. And some parts along the way, I know that I accidentally spilled some of my vomit. I held it in. I held the vomit in my mouth. But some of it came out anyways. I know, disgusting. You can pass. You can go away. You can exit this video or this podcast episode if you want, but that's what happened. I got some vomit on the floor. I was looking down too most of the time and just pushing my way through people like that because I didn't want to get my vomit on people. But of course, maybe inevitably, I did get some of my vomit on people. But that second run to the bathroom, I did not make it into a toilet. I made it to the trash bin. As soon as I saw the trash bin, I just cut through the line because obviously there's a line for the bathroom. I just went past all those people and puked in the trash bin under the, hand drying machine. That was the first time I ever did that. The first time I ever puked in a trash bin. And the first time I ever puked like that in public. In a public setting. Oh my gosh. It's out of the norm. Totally out of the norm for me. I never do that. I never do that. I never allow myself to embarrass myself in such a way like that. But you know what? It didn't even feel embarrassing in the moment either. Because Mary was drunk. Whatever. Who cares? There's something about alcohol, right? And what it does to you. You just don't give an F. You really just don't give an F. You're living your life. I'm not trying to encourage people to go down that route though. Alcohol, too much alcohol, it's not good for you, obviously. But yes, I did not make it to the toilet that second time around. And I felt terrible. I felt so nauseous. The world was spinning. My head was banging. And when I puked, man, it was just, ugh. I didn't even have anything. I barely have anything in my stomach. But anything I took in, I instantly wanted to vomit it out. So after that second puke, oh yeah, I actually ran into my sister's friends too who were there. They called out to me because they were in the bathroom line. And then awkwardly I said hi. But I was also like, sorry, I have vomit breath. Like, okay. And then I just walked away. I don't even remember what else I said to them. But I was just like, hi. And then I just left. And then my friend was like, oh, do you just want to stay in the back so that we're closer to the bathroom in case you need to go again? And I was still feeling off. So I was like, yeah, let's just do that. So we stayed in the back. And then my friend got me a water bottle. Or she asked bartender for a water bottle. I paid for it. And then, oh my gosh, as soon as I drank that water, I had to go right back to the bathroom. And again, I could not hold the vomit in my mouth. So some accidentally came out, but I still held 90% of it in my mouth. It's so disgusting just thinking about it. But that time, I puked in the trash bin again. Yep. Didn't make it to the toilet because I didn't want to cut people. I made it to the trash. I believe that's what happened. It's all a jumbled mess, but I remember parts like being like that. I didn't black out because I obviously remember everything, but just not in the correct chronological order. But I puked again, and I remember having to wash my face because it was all over my face, my puke. So disgusting. I don't even know how I managed that, but I had to wash my face. And then there was even a moment, I think even after that, after that third time I went out again, I was in the back with my friend again, and then I think the fourth time I had to go. I just made myself gag because my head was hurting so bad. But anyways, at the very end of it, my friends came around. 2 of them came around. They're like, what's going on? Because I had expressed that I wanted to leave early because I just wasn't feeling well. Even though I can hear Elenium's music going on, because it was just before Elenium was about to come on that I started to feel all of the nasty stuff I felt. So unfortunately, I couldn't even pay attention to Elenium, which was the main reason of going. But yeah, I decided to go home early. I called my boyfriend, or I didn't call him. I messaged him, asked him to come pick me up because I just wasn't feeling well. I didn't want to be a burden on my friend all night. I wanted her to also enjoy the music and not have to worry about me. So her other friends came along, and then they were hanging out with me at the back of the concert room. I don't know what you call it, the venue where the entrance was, and there were some security staff members also guarding the doors, and I just closed my eyes for the longest time, was trying to just let the pain pass through. And then the staff member, one of the guys standing around, came and asked me, "Are you okay?" Because I was just, obviously, I guess it was very obvious that I wasn't feeling well. He's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So he walked away, and then when my boyfriend got to the place, my friend's friend, who we all carpooled in one big car together, she gave me her keys so that I can go get my bag from the car, which was parked in a parking garage. And I was going to return the keys to her after. I wasn't really sure about the logistics of that because once you exit, you can't come back in. But we were gonna I was gonna sneak back in and give her the keys somehow. But I was alone, right? For that portion. I exited. They were like, "Okay, go out this way and then go this way when you go out to go to the parking garage." But for the life of me, I could not find the damn car in the garage. I was clicking, I was looking, and it was so obvious that I was struggling that another staff member who works in the garage area was like, "Hey, come over here. Let me help you. Because I was obviously so lost. I felt so helpless and stupid in that moment too. I was just like, "Oh my god, this is so dumb. What am I doing here?" But the lady was like, "Do you know where you parked? Do you know if you parked here or maybe the garage, the parking ramp across the street?" And I was like, "I don't know. I honestly don't remember." And that was the truth. I mean, I could have, in that moment too, in my head, I was thinking, I should just lie to this lady and act like I know everything, because I think that's how I would normally react. But then in that moment, I knew too that I needed help. So I was like, I don't know. I don't remember walking that far of a distance. So I knew that it was parked really close to the actual venue, which is the Armory in Minneapolis. So I knew it was close. I just didn't know how close or how far. I don't remember. I tend to, just on a normal daily basis or whatever, I don't really do well with directions and remembering geography or places like that. So so of course in a drunken state, I'm not gonna remember squat. So it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where I was going, but she tried to help me anyways. I looked all on the first level of the garage that was attached to the armory, the venue. I couldn't find it, and then the lady was just like, okay, you know what? Just go to the second level or something like that and start clicking around, because I didn't go through that floor yet. So I was doing the same thing on that floor, but I still couldn't find the damn car. I couldn't find the damn car. So, and then I got a call from my friend's friend. Like, hey, come back here. That's all I heard. So I made my way back to the armory. I was gonna go back inside, or at least wait or try to find my friend. And then I also did not know if I went back to the right door. I didn't know if I was in the right location of the event or the venue. I was like, am I like on the south side, the west side, east side, west side, whatever? I don't know how this building works. I don't know how many entrances there are. I knew it was at some entrance, but I don't know if that was the entrance that I initially came out of. So I was so confused. And then luckily another staff member came along and she asked me, hey, are you okay? And this time I actually lied. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just looking for my friend. And so she's like, okay. So she walked away. And then I was still on video call with my friend's friend. And then I couldn't even hear her at all. I don't know if she can hear me. I was just like, I don't know where I am. I don't know if this is the right entrance, but yeah. And then I was just walking back and forth and looking inside the concert room because I could see inside, but I just couldn't go in, obviously. So I was waiting for them to come find me anyway. And the staff member lady came back and she's like, are you sure you're okay? I was like, I need help. I don't know where I am. I'm looking for my friend. I don't know where she is. So she took my phone and then she started looking for her. And then while she was doing that, I went closer to the exit doors that would bring you out to the street part of outside the venue. And then I puked again. I puked again in another trash bin. It was so bad. I didn't even have anything left to puke out. But I was puking a little bit of water, and then I was just hurling. I was just gagging. And then another stranger comes by. She was like, hey, do you have a friend? Are you alone? Do you need help? And I didn't even see her face. But her voice sounded gentle and helpful and nice. But I was just like, yeah, I'm fine. My friend is coming. And yeah, that happened. And then the lady who took my phone came out with my friend's friend, and then now it was time to find my boyfriend's car. And so the staff lady was giving directions to my boyfriend on the video call, and eventually I found my boyfriend's car, and then I was able to go home. But moral of the story, or what was significant about this night, was that I had a great time. I went out of my comfort zone, did something that I'd never done before, broke that rave virginity. But can you really call it rave virginity if I didn't really make it to the main event? Didn't even have the main course, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was also like, the best part about that night was the friendliness, the helpfulness, the support that I got from the kind strangers. I think I could have been in a lot of danger, but fortunately I wasn't. I made it back safely to the people that I knew, and I made it back home safely. But man, those strangers that came up to me and asked if I was okay, if I needed help, that was astonishingly just the best part, I would say, about that night. The most surprising, because I am so comfortable being a homebody and sticking to what I know, and I know that I haven't been trying enough new things. So I get very paranoid about the scary things in life, like murderers and stalkers and kidnappers and mean people, racist people, whatever. I guess I'm a very fearful person. I don't like to admit that either. But yeah, I think I'm a very anxious, fearful person. I think about all of these worst case scenarios, so I tend to stick to my comfort zone, and I don't like to put myself in situations where I know I'm going to embarrass myself. So, but this experience, I went out, I tried my best to live my best life and be open to meeting new people, to trying new things. And yeah, I experienced something amazing, something new, and then I received kindness from strangers. I know it's not a lot. It's not a big deal it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it meant a lot to me. And I haven't really felt that way in a long time. I think that I go out into the world thinking that there will be more pain and more suffering than actual joy and happiness. So to those small gestures of kindness meant a lot to me. Yeah. It meant a lot to me that those kind strangers were so nice to just check up on me. It made a huge difference to that night, but just overall, because. But yeah, moral of the story, I really enjoyed myself. It was a great night. I received kindness from strangers, and it has opened up my eyes just a little bit more into what the world has to offer, and encouraged me to go out more, definitely. So I want to challenge myself more and do at least one new or scary thing a month. I'm not gonna say a week. I think once a month is good enough, and then I'll gradually build up that threshold. So yeah, if you haven't gone to a rave before, I definitely encourage you to at least try it one time. I think I'm really late to the game, but yeah, it was a blast, and I'm just truly thankful for the people that showed me kindness that night and helped me out. It was very sweet, and yeah, really enjoyed myself. So I appreciate y'all watching and listening to this story. I know it's pretty random, since we've been on a long break, and I wasn't even sure if this podcast would return, but here's to, again, trying new things or retrying things. Doesn't matter how many times it takes, as long as I follow my curiosity, follow my passions, and stick to it, then it's okay. It's okay to fall, try again, whatever. So I appreciate anyone listening to this podcast. I just want to end this episode by saying, may I be open to new possibilities, challenges, and growth. May I have a more positive outlook on life. May I be open to the blessings that come my way. And I hope that you can all do the same. Alrighty, that's all. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, or May I Be podcast channel, or follow us on Instagram, and any other podcast platforms. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. But yeah, catch y'all there. Until next time. Bye.